I'm going to explain what I did in the workshop 2 of vehicle engineering. First, we have to download a presentation that is from a car suspension. We have to create the assembly that is in the carpets of the Adams program. For this, we have to enter to new suspension assembly, and then in here we have to put the part one. In this case is then we have to introduce the flexible bodies that in this case are going to be the down parts of the suspension. In Spanish it's called trapecios de suspensión. I don't know, I don't remember the name in English. For that, we have to make the rigid to flexible bodies during this step. And then we have in here, we can see that these are the trapecios of the suspension, that we want to make it flexible. Then we have to manage the flexible bodies. In here we have the results of the moving parts, the inertia properties, the model competences, and lower control arms. The lower control arms is the name. Then we have to view and animate the modes. As we can see, this is how it's going to work as a flexible part. We can see here that it have like a little movement in the part. We have to select the body and mode of management tool, and then we have to modify the flexible body. For that, we have to follow the steps that we have in the page that the teacher gave us, and then we have the result like in here. Then we have, for the view and animate of the mode, we have to perform a suspension analysis. For that, we have to enter to the view of the suspension analysis and static loads. For that, we have to put a braking force. In this case, we have analyzed only the braking force. For that, we have to put these values and then put in OK. We have the simulation, make the simulation, and then we have to animate the analysis of the results. For that, you can see how the bars move, and after that we have to plot the results. In here we have the plotting of the results of the flexible bodies, but then we have to plot it and compare it with the rigid bodies that is in the next, that is in here. We can see that in this case the blue line is the rigid body. In this case, how does the part perform during the test is very similar than the other. Well, the question, we have 3 questions in here. The first one is, can we have similar results between in a suspension system between a flexible and a rigid parts? Well, in my opinion, it depends on the amount of the load, because if it is a little load, the parts will act the same. Like we can see in here that in this area, how does the part perform is very likely. But if the loads are bigger, the flexible part will perform better than the rigid one because it's capable uh, to get a little stress points compared to the rigid one, and the rigid one is more likely to break uh, because it's not flexible. You know? Why we need to perform a parallel and opposite wheel travel analysis? This is because when a car is rolling and riding, we have forces that came from a different angle that comes to act over the wheel. For example, when we get into a hole, we have forces going backwards and forces that going uh, in a parallel position. So we have two forces: the one that's going backwards and the other one that's going higher, and the shock have to absorb all that movement. That's why we have to do different trouble analysis, no? And then the exercise, we have that the vibration will perform in 0.43 centimeters. That's the, well, thank you.